Hello everybody, I hope all of you are doing really well. My name is Siddhant Mehta and welcome you all to Toofan batch. Today we are going to revise chapter number 2, that is crafting business model and lean startups. But before that, if you want to buy these last minute notes, the link is in description box. Also, we have issued question bank for this subject which compiles all ICAI question, case studies and also relevant questions which have been prepared as per students' feedback. Here you can get this question bank in our Telegram channel and the link for the same is also in description box. Now in this chapter we are going to understand what is business model and what are the types of business model. Then here we will also understand how to analyze this business model. With this we will also understand some few terms, that is value proposition, lean startups and different types of business pitching. Let's first understand what is business model. So business model describes how an organization creates value. That means whether they are developing a product or they are going to give services, how they are going to create the value for a business, then how they are going to deliver this value, whether they are going to deliver it through online mode or through offline mode, and then at the end how this business is going to capture value. That means how they are going to sell this product to the consumers, whether they will take one-time payment or they will take monthly payment or yearly payment. All these things will help you to tell a business model of a business. So business model describes how an organization creates, delivers and captures value. In a very simple language, this tells us how a business makes money. So whenever a founder wants to run a business, wants to start a business, he first has to decide how his business model is going to be. That is just a template, and whenever he has to make some strategic decision or want to scale his business, he want to take that decision based upon this business model, that is his template. So whenever you are going to frame this template, when you are going to make this template, you have to answer following questions, and these questions are whether they are planning to sell goods or they are planning to sell services. Then from their goods or services, what problems they are addressing. To solve these particular problems, what innovation they are going to do, whether it is in product or it is in the process, what innovative way you are going to bring to solve that particular problem. Then who are their potential customers, who are their target customers. Once they answer this, based upon that they will frame their marketing strategies to target that particular customer. Then what is their sales and distribution strategies to attract that particular targeted customer. With that, they also have to understand how they are going to scale their product in future. Then projected cost structure to do this entire activities and whether it is financial viable to run this business. All these questions will give you a template, and whenever you're going to make any strategic decision, whenever you are going to make any tough call, you have to go through this template. Okay, these are my targeted customers, and based upon that I will frame my marketing strategy. I want to scale my product. Okay, this is my product, this is the financial viability, this is the cost which I have to incur, and if I have to scale it, this much is the amount of cost and I can bear it. Based upon that you will scale the product. So this will tell you the business model. Now let's understand the types of business model. There are two types of business model. One is general business model and the another one is modern business model. Here these business model will tell you how your business is going to deliver the value to the potential customer. The general business model have four types which we already know. One is B2B, that is businessmen selling products or services to another business. For example, Tata Steel is supplying raw materials to Tata Motors or Maruti Suzuki. This is a B2B transaction. So here such transactions are usually in bulk orders and they are long-term contracts where they specifically mention, okay, this is the quality of the steel which we require, this should be the length and this should be the width, and based upon that they will supply. So here they focus on specific business need in B2B transaction. The second one is B2C, that is businessmen selling goods or services to the consumer, like the retail shops which are there in our locality. They are consumer centric. All the products which you can see in their shop are consumer focused or which is bought by the consumers. Here they do the mass marketing to attract a wide number of consumers. Also they work on positive customer experience because ultimately they are the one who are going to buy all their products. Then the third one is D2C, that is direct to customer. Traditionally what used to happen, manufacturer used to produce, then he used to sell to the wholesaler, then retailer and then to the customer. But in D2C, manufacturer will produce and he is the one who will directly sell it to the consumer. So here there is a bypass of traditional retail chains, because of which you have a control over customer experience because you are the one who are selling directly to the consumers. Also here you can better represent your brand in a better manner in D2C model. And also data is mostly online focused because mostly D2C start online. Once they set their market, then they shift to the offline, which is done by Nykaa. First they establish their market through online mode, and then they start to have their offline stores. Also both is using the same strategy. Now the last one is C2C, that is consumer to the consumer. Here the individual consumer will sell products or services directly to the another consumer. So here the transaction between individuals are often facilitated by online marketplace, for example OLX. So these are your 4 business model which are general business model. Now let's understand modern business model. Let's understand modern way of delivering value to the customers. The first one is subscription based model. Here your customer will pay regularly for continuous access to the product or services. That is whether he will pay for monthly basis or yearly basis, like the Netflix subscription which we pay on monthly basis or someone pays on yearly basis. So here the revenue is recurring. Also if your quality is good, then the customer retention is also high because he gets addicted to your services. And then here it is predictable income because the amount is fixed and which you pay on monthly basis. So here it is predictable income. Then there is a freemium model. Here you combine some free features and premium offerings. So here you provide some basic versions for free, then you attract the consumer, you make him attracted to your product, and then you start to give the advanced features which requires a payment, which is done by Spotify and Canva. Your free tier attracts user and conversion to the paid tier is their key. Then there is marketplace model, that is aggregator model. What I said, marketplace model, which is also called as aggregator model. In this model, the business will only give you platform, and that platform will connect buyers and sellers. So here it brings buyer and sellers together on a single platform, like Swiggy. Swiggy is not, Swiggy is not giving you the food. He is just connecting restaurants and the buyer. So here it is connect buyers and seller in the centralized platform which give convenience to both of them, and here the buyer has a wide selection. Buyer can select from multiple restaurants whichever dish he wants. So here it gives him wide selection and also convenience. Then there is e-commerce model where you do your entire business online. Business sells products or services online. Here the transaction which happens is digital, the payment which happens is also digital, marketing which is also happen is digital because you are attracting broad customers, and broad customers can attract it through digital advertisement. And then there is sharing economy model. Here if you have any resources with you, if you have any assets with you which you are not using, you can share it. That means in Airbnb, if I have one plot with me, one flat with me, and I'm not using it, so I can list it on Airbnb for the rent. So here individual shares resources or services directly with another through digital platforms. So here you can do it with Airbnb, means there is option, for example Airbnb, where you can list your flat for rental yield. And then there is a manufacturing model where you turn raw materials into finished goods and sells them to retailers, wholesalers or customers. This is the basic model which we already know. So these are your modern business model. And now let's understand bootstrapping. They have introduced this concept bootstrapping in the middle of after modern business model. So bootstrapping means when an entrepreneur starts his business, he starts this business with his personal savings. So here he is not using any external finance. He avoids external finance, by which the advantage is the entire equity, entire ownership of his business is with him. Here the founders has a full control, but the limitation is there can be a limitation in your growth because you're using the cash will be only be available through his personal saving and the cash profit which is generated by the company. Example is Zerodha, which is a successfully bootstrapped company where they have started their company with their personal saving and then they have increased it with the profits of the company. So this is what bootstrapping is. Now let's understand our second concept, that is creating value proposition. Like we are discussing from the previous chapter, that your product needs to have some unique features. So if you have this uniqueness with you, with the help of value proposition, you will mention this uniqueness to attract customers. So value proposition is nothing but a promise which you make to the customers. Here you mention that this is what we offer and here is why it is great for you. You give them the reason to buy your products, to choose your startups over others. Here you mention your unique selling proposition, that is USP, which will give them the reason to choose your startup over others. For example, Rapido's value proposition is 5 minute mein bike, auto, car, never too far. So here they are mentioning that we are providing you the services of bike, auto, or also cab services. And why we are great for you? Because we can provide you all these services in just 5 minutes. So if you have to make a good value proposition, it should have 3 things. First, it should be customer relevant. That means you must have to understand the pain points of the customer. What are the problems which are faced by them, and based upon that you have to prepare your product. Secondly, there should be uniqueness in your product by which customers should get attracted to your company, to your product. You should give them a reason to choose your startup over others. And this uniqueness can be through installing a new technology by which it is convenient for them, by which it is very efficient for them. Secondly, it can be a different way of doing the same thing, or it can be a better experience which is given to the customers. And thirdly, whenever you are mentioning your value proposition, you have to mention it clearly. You don't have to use any jargon words. You don't have to use any complicated terms. You have to keep it simple, by which each and every person can understand. So here what Rapido did, they understand that people are having the convenience to book their cab. लोगों को कैब बुक करना बहुत कन्वीनियंटली हो रहा है, बट लोगों का पेन पॉइंट क्या है कि वो ट्रैफिक को बीट करना. कैब से वो ट्रैफिक बीट नहीं हो रहा. सेकेंडली, बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स कैब को बुक नहीं करते हैं क्योंकि उनको बहुत महंगा पड़ता है. इसलिए उन्होंने ये पेन पॉइंट समझे और उसके हिसाब से अपने प्रोडक्ट बनाए. उन्होंने बाइक सर्विसेज लॉन्च की जिससे स्टूडेंट्स वो बाइक सर्विसेज ले सके, कम प्राइस में ले सके, और अगर किसी को ट्रैफिक भी बीट करना है तो वो बाइक पे बैठ के ट्रैफिक को बीट करे. तो उन्होंने कुछ नई टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं लाई, उन्होंने एक डिफरेंट वे से वही चीज़ को डील किया. एंड थर्ड, उन्होंने बहुत ही क्लियर और बहुत ही सिंपल लैंग्वेज में उनका वैल्यू प्रपोजिशन कस्टमर्स के सबको कन्वे किया. So these are the 3 things which makes your proposition a good value proposition. That is customer relevance, unique differentiation, and clear communication. Now let's understand the elements which are required to make your value proposition a strong value proposition. The first thing is know your audience. Do the market research and understand the pain points of the audience. And second, mention the unique benefits which they can have by choosing your product. Third, clarity is the key. Communicate it in a very simple language. Don't use any complicated terms. Fourth, highlight the tangible results. 5 minutes mein. Now this tells you that you can rely on their services because they are going to provide it to you in 5 minutes. They are fast, which is better than their peers. And then test it. देखो कि 5 मिनट में सच्ची में प्रोवाइड हो रहा है क्या, और उसी के बाद ही उसको लॉन्च करो. So these are the elements which will make your value proposition a strong value proposition. Now what challenges you can face? The first thing is identifying the real potential customers. All these things require a lot of time. You have to do a research where you have to take a sample of a lot of different peoples, and based upon that you have to understand, okay, these are the pain points. All these things require time to understand the pain points, to develop your product accordingly. Second thing is easy replication by the competitors. अब 5 मिनट में रैपिडो ने ला लिया, अब बाकी कॉम्पिटिटर्स भी ला सकते हैं. सो हियर इट इज़ वेरी easily copied by the competitors, which makes protecting unique aspects of your product difficult. So what is solution for it? You have to constantly innovate your services. You have to constantly check, okay, what different I can do to give these services in a different way to the consumers. You have to constantly innovate your product. Third thing is communicating the value proposition. Like we are discussing, you have to clearly communicate it. You don't have to use any complicated terms. And the fourth one is adapting to the market changes and evolving customer preferences is an ongoing challenge. This is a very difficult task because you have to keep on adapting. You have to keep on understanding the customer preferences, and based upon that you have to continuously change your product in the market, by which your product becomes customer relevant. Let's understand few real company examples of value proposition. One is Nykaa. Their value proposition is once beauty, our passion. So here you can see they're positioning themselves as a beauty and cosmetic destination. They're also mentioning passion, which emphasize that they have passion for helping customers. Then there is Policy Bazaar, where they have mentioned compare, buy, and save on insurance. So here they are clearly mentioning that in our platform you can compare different insurance policies. Here you can also buy insurance policies which will give you the benefit of cost savings. So this is what you can understand from their value proposition. Also we have mentioned other value proposition. You can go through it. Now let's understand our third concept, that is building and analyzing business model. In reality, 90% of the startup fail in the first year itself, and there are very few percentage of the startups which run their business for more than 5 years. So a well-designed business model is very important to avoid all these failures. Also, you have to continuously analyze your business model to avoid failures in the upcoming years and to stay successful in the future. Here, there are two people, that is Alexander and Eve Pignor, who have provided a business model canvas which has 9 key building blocks in it. With the help of these 9 elements, you can frame your business model for your company. Also, if you want to analyze business model of some other company, you can do it by dividing it into 9 key building blocks. With the help of these 9 elements, you can understand how the company is creating, deliver and captures value. The first one is customer segments. If you are framing your business model, you have to first understand who are going to be your specific customers, who are going to be your targeted customers, and based upon that you have to prepare your marketing strategies. Then second thing is value proposition. Okay, you have understand the pain points of the customer, you have to develop a unique product. Now mention it in your value proposition to attract customers. Third thing is channels. Understand how you are going to distribute your product to the potential and targeted customers, whether you are going to use online channels or you are going to use offline channels. Fourth one is customer relationship. बस एक बार प्रोडक्ट बेचने से कुछ नहीं होने वाला, आप देखो कि कस्टमर के साथ रिलेशनशिप कैसे मेंटेन करना है जिससे बार बार वो आपका ही प्रोडक्ट परचेज करे. Then fifth one is revenue streams. Identify the different pricing model, whether it is going to be one-time sales or it is going to be subscription where he is going to pay you on monthly basis or yearly basis. ये भी देखो कि तुम अपसेल और क्रॉस सेल कैसे कर सकते हो अपने प्रोडक्ट्स को उस कंज्यूमर को. Then the fifth one is key resources. Sorry, sixth one is key resources. Here list the critical assets and resources which are required to run all these activities. कि कितने लोग लगने वाले, कितने लोगों की टीम लगने वाली है ये सब काम करने के लिए, फिर कितने पैसे लगेंगे, उसी के बाद कितने फिजिकल एसेट्स लगेंगे, कुछ प्लांट एंड मशीनरी लगने वाली है क्या, वेयर हाउस लगने वाले क्या, कितने एरिया का वेयर हाउस लगेगा, ये सारी चीज़ें समझो. Then understand the key activities. Identify the key activities for successful operation. If you are in FMCG, then for you the production and distribution is very important. If you are in service industry, for you the marketing is very important. ये समझो कि कौन सी एक्टिविटी आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है और आप उस एक्टिविटी को इफिशिएंटली कैसे कर सकते हो, आप वो समझो. देन आते हैं की पार्टनरशिप. डिटरमाइन द क्रूशियल एक्सटर्नल एंटिटीज, सप्लायर्स और पार्टनर्स, और उनके साथ कोलैबोरेट करके डील साइन करो, लॉन्ग टर्म कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन करो, जिससे आपका रॉ मटेरियल जो आप ले रहे हो वो कॉन्स्टेंटली एक ही क्वालिटी का आए और आप रिलायबली एक पर्सन से वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, मतलब एक पर्सन से आप ये सब गुड्स ले सको. So involve collaboration that enhances capabilities and reduce risk. Last one is cost structure. देखो कि कितना खर्चा आ रहा है ये सब चीज़ें करने के लिए और क्या ये चीज़ फाइनेंशियली वायबल है और क्या ये चीज़ स्केल कर सकते हो क्या. These are your 9 key building blocks which will help you to understand your business model, to frame your business model and also to analyze your business model. Then there is testing and validating business model. आपने ये 9 चीज़ें समझ के आपकी बिजनेस मॉडल बनाया, पर आपको इसको टेस्ट तो करना पड़ेगा समझने के लिए क्या जो मैंने सोचा है क्या वो सही है. सबसे पहले मार्केट रिसर्च एंड कस्टमर फीडबैक. जब भी आप ये बिजनेस मॉडल बनाओगे मार्केट रिसर्च करो, कस्टमर्स के पेन पॉइंट समझो, उसी के हिसाब से बिजनेस मॉडल बनाओ. देन डेवलप एंड लॉन्च अ मिनिमम वायबल प्रोडक्ट, दैट इज अ स्मॉलेस्ट वर्जन ऑफ योर प्रोडक्ट. देखो वो लॉन्च करके कि कस्टमर्स उस प्रोडक्ट को एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं क्या, एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं तो क्या फीडबैक दे रहे हैं, अच्छे फीडबैक दे रहे हैं कि कौन से इंप्रूवमेंट्स के फीडबैक दे रहे हैं. जो इंप्रूवमेंट्स के फीडबैक है वो समझो और अपने प्रोडक्ट को इंप्रूव करो. Improve your product and then again seek the feedback of your customers and based upon that launch your product. But before launching, do the financial modeling and analysis where you can see how much cost you are going to require to develop that product. कितना रेवेन्यू तुम जनरेट कर सकते हो उस प्रोडक्ट के हिसाब से. जब तुम स्केल करोगे तो कितना खर्चा लगेगा और कितना रेवेन्यू जनरेट कर सकोगे, क्या वो प्रॉफिटेबल है, क्या ये प्रोडक्ट को स्केल करना, क्या ये प्रोडक्ट को डेवलप करना फाइनेंशियली वायबल है. अगर ये हो रहा है तो अपना फाइनल प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च कर दो. Now what are the common mistakes to avoid while developing a business model? First thing, not doing the market research. This will not help you because you are not understanding the pain points of the customer. Second thing is ignoring customer feedbacks. अगर यही इग्नोर कर रहे हो तो कस्टमर के हिसाब से प्रोडक्ट कैसे बनाओगे. थर्ड थिंग इज ओवरलुकिंग स्केलेबिलिटी. प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च तो कर दिया बट उसको स्केल कैसे करोगे वो तो सोचा ही नहीं आपने। फोर्थ थिंग इज अंडर एस्टिमेटिंग फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग, फाइनेंशियल प्लान नहीं किया, देखा नहीं कि खर्चा कितना लगने वाला है और प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च कर दिया, अब तुम लॉस में हो क्योंकि डिसीजन फाइनेंशियल वायबल नहीं था। फोर्थ थिंग इज फिफ्थ थिंग इज लैक ऑफ फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी, कंटिन्यूसली खुद को अडेप्ट करना रहेगा टू बीट योर कॉम्पिटिशन। एंड लास्ट थिंग इज पुअर रिसोर्स एलोकेशन, you have resources with you but you are not using these resources efficiently. Now let's understand our last second concept, that is lean startups. Lean startups is a different way of doing your business. Here a startup will build a new product but instead of making the whole thing at once you will start with a simpler version. यानी पूरा प्रोडक्ट एक साथ बनाने के बाद लॉन्च करना, उससे अच्छा आप स्मॉल वर्जन बनाओ, उसको देखो कि कस्टमर्स के फीडबैक क्या आ रहा है और बेस्ड अपॉन दैट इंप्रूव योर प्रोडक्ट. So here you will begin with minimum viable product to gather the early user feedback and then you will go into the loop of feedback, that is loop of building, measuring and learning, which will help a business to improve their product in a faster way. Here you will communicate with the customers to understand their pain points, to understand their problems and what all features they require in that particular product. Here you talk with the customers is an important aspect of lean startups, and instead of guessing what people want, startups have many conversation with customers by which their product becomes something which people want. It includes all the features which people want. So here the advantage is they don't waste time or money on some things which doesn't required by the customers. They don't waste their time on the features which are not required by the customer. But here the disadvantage is sometimes because they want to improve quickly, the first version of their product might be too basic, by which they will lose the first mover advantages. For example, Instagram. Earlier Instagram was only photo sharing app. मतलब इंस्टाग्राम पे बस आप अपने फोटोज पोस्ट कर सकते हो, बाकी लोगों के फोटोज देख सकते हो और फीड में जितने भी पब्लिक अकाउंट्स हैं उनके फोटोज आप देख सकते हो. बट धीरे धीरे उनको समझा कि लोग एंगेज नहीं हो पा रहे, उन्होंने वो फीडबैक लिया और उसके हिसाब से उन्होंने सॉन्ग्स ऐड करना चालू किया पोस्ट में, उन्होंने स्टोरीज का सिस्टम चालू किया, फिर उन्होंने धीरे धीरे रील्स का फॉर्म चालू किया जिससे लोग एंगेज हो और एडिक्टिव हो उस प्लेटफॉर्म के लिए. तो द फर्स्ट प्रोडक्ट वॉज फोटो शेयरिंग ऐप. देन they launched with an MVP with a basic filters, that is photo sharing app, but they refined the features based upon users feedback, and then they got rapid traction and the widespread success because now they are able to engage their audience through a different way, that is reels or through stories. There are also few examples which are given, you can go through it once. Now let's understand our last concept, that is business pitching. Business pitch is a concise presentation which is made for investors, partners or clients. Here your goal is to clearly communicate the value proposition of your business to generate interest and support for your venture. So there are 5 types of business pitch. The very first one is elevator pitch. Here it is a concise pitch which is made to the investors, and it is called as an elevator pitch because it is delivered in the time it takes to ride an elevator, typically 30 seconds to 2 minutes. It focuses on sparkling an interest and creating curiosity. तो जो पिच हम शार्क टैंक में देखते हैं वो एलिवेटर पिच रहती है. सेकेंड वन इज इन्वेस्टर पिच. हियर you give this pitch to the investors and you provide a comprehensive overview of your business. You emphasize on the potential for return on your investments. It also includes detailed financial projection and market analysis. The third one is sales pitch. Here, as the name suggests, this pitch is for customers. It is aimed at potential customers, and in this pitch you mention the unique features in your product or services which will attract the customers. The fourth one is partnership pitch, which is designed to attract strategic partners or collaborators. This pitch highlights the mutual benefits of working together. It emphasizes the shared goals and potential for synergies. The last one is product pitch, which is focuses on showcasing the features of the benefits of your product, of a specific product. It aims to generate the interest and excitement around the unique selling point of your product. So these are the 5 types of business pitch. First one is elevator, investor, sales pitch, partnership pitch, and the last one is product pitch. Now let's understand some key components which should be there in your business pitch. The very first one is introduction. अपना introduction ही ऐसा दो जिससे investor का attention grab हो. Mention the problem which your business is going to solve. Then mention about the value proposition, what all unique features your product has by which you can solve this problem. Focus on the key benefits and the advantages that makes your offering unique. Mention about the market opportunity. this is my product, this is the uniqueness in my product, and the market which my product is targeting is going to grow in by this percentage in future. Demonstrate an understanding of a target market and its growth, and provide them the insights regarding the market opportunity the business addresses. आपने प्रॉब्लम बताया, उसका सॉल्यूशन बताया, किस यूनिक वे में आप वो सॉल्व करने वाले हो, वो मार्केट कैसे ग्रो होने वाला है आपने ये बताया. अब बताओ कि तुम इससे पैसे कैसे बनाने वाले हो. टेल देम योर बिजनेस मॉडल, एक्सप्लेन हाउ द बिजनेस इज गोइंग टू मेक मनी, आउटलाइन द रेवेन्यू स्ट्रीम्स, प्राइसिंग स्ट्रैटेजी एंड सेल्स चैनल. फिर आपने ये अपॉर्चुनिटी तो बताया, अब वो अपॉर्चुनिटी के लिए आपका प्लान क्या है. टेल देम योर डिटेल्ड प्लान. Present a detailed plan for executing the business idea. Highlights the milestone achieved and the roadmap for future. बस प्लान मत बताओ, उसको नंबर्स के साथ प्रोजेक्ट करो. Share the realistic and well-researched financial projection. Present some key financial metrics like your revenue forecast, expenses, and profit margins. Then also mention about your competitors, mention about your peers, and also mention why your product is differentiating than your peers. Analyze the competition and explain how the business differentiates itself. Showcase a deep understanding of the competitive landscape. And at the end, that is the call to action. End the pitch with a clear call to action, whether it's seeking investment, partnership, or customer acquisition. So all these things should be included in your business pitch. पहले बताओ कि प्रॉब्लम क्या है, उसको किस यूनिक वे में हम सॉल्व कर रहे हैं वो बताओ. ये मार्केट जो हम एड्रेस करने वाले वो कितने परसेंटेज से ग्रो होने वाले हैं वो बताओ. एक बार वो बताने के बाद आपका बिजनेस मॉडल कैसा है, आप कैसे पैसे बनाने वाले हो वो बताओ. फिर तुम्हारा डिटेल प्लान बोलो कि ये मार्केट जो फ्यूचर में ग्रो होने वाला है उसके लिए तुम्हारा डिटेल प्लान क्या है, उसको फाइनेंशियल नंबर्स के साथ प्रोजेक्ट करो. देन बताओ कि कंपटीशन से तुम्हारा प्रोडक्ट अलग क्यों है. एंड देन एट द एंड tell them what you require from them. Either it is investment or it is a partnership. And this is the end of your chapter number 2. If you are loving these lectures, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more such videos. Tata, bye bye, see you.